our beloved Saroja. So it's sincere gratitude and our love to our beloved Saroja ma'am. Thank you. So before we begin the session, I'll just briefly explain the guidelines masters. So this is Sanghas. This is the fourth session. Actually, the third session was on thought power. So this we are just continuing on Q&A session. Actually, the topic was initiated by the team Shivam. So we have 4 halls: Sadyam, Shivam, Sundaram, Subham. So this is from Sundaram hall. They have initiated the topic, the thought power. So we have had this third session already. So this is a fourth session. So this is actually English and Hindi language session. So we are only allowed to speak in either Hindi or English in this session, masters. And also this time I have not assigned every participant into any hall. So last time we assigned every single participant into each hall so that we can be like a team, but this is absolutely a Q&A. We just share our knowledges about thought power, and any questions, anything you have, you can just clear it among other masters. This is purely for your platform, for you to share and gain some wisdom, which Saroja ma'am always allow this platform to utilize for us to enhance our knowledge on the spiritual journey, my dear masters. So once again, I would like to welcome each and every one of you, and also whoever would like to have a turn. So we allow to speak to you for 2 to 3 minutes every time. So the question, like, you can raise your hands whenever you're ready, so that we'll just unmute you, so you'll be able to share your wisdoms, my dear masters. So I would like to take this opportunity to to begin the session with Saroj ma'am, who is one of our whole leader. So she will talk about thought power, and then she will share her knowledge, my dear masters. So over to Saroj ma'am. Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, thought power. फर्स्ट हम विचार करते हैं थॉट पावर है क्या। थॉट पावर हमारी सोच, हमारे विचार और जो हमारी लाइफ में इमोशंस होते हैं, सबका कनेक्शन थॉट पावर से रहता है। तो इसका फ्रीक्वेंसी इतना हाई रहता है कि अगर हम नहीं चाहते हैं तो भी हम वो गलत काम कर लेते हैं, जो हमें नहीं करना चाहिए। तो सबसे पहले मेरे दोस्तों, हमें अपने थॉट पावर को कंट्रोल करना है। अब आप कैसे पूछेंगे, कैसे? ओनली मेडिटेशन, सिर्फ ध्यान करके हम अपने सोच को, अपने विचार को सही दिशा दिखा सकते हैं, क्योंकि हमारा माइंड तो तैयार ही बैठा है कि हम कुछ बोले और वो हमारा बॉडी उस पर काम करता है। आपने एक गलत सोच अपने माइंड में डाली और देखिए कैसे आपका बॉडी काम करने लगता है। तो हमें हमारे थॉट पावर को हम सिर्फ ध्यान के द्वारा अपनी श्वासों के साथ तय करके हम इसको चेंज कर सकते हैं। अच्छी सोच रख सकते हैं, ग्रेटिट्यूड कर सकते हैं, थैंक यू बोलना सीख सकते हैं, प्यार करना सीख सकते हैं, और सबसे एक सरल और अच्छा व्यवहार रख करके अपनी लाइफ को हम सक्सेस भी कर सकते हैं। थैंक्स टू आवर मास्टर्स, जो हमें हर दिन बताते हैं कि हमारे थॉट पावर में बहुत शक्ति है, माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, बहुत शक्ति है। हमारी एक गलत सोच हमें नीचे गिरा देती है और एक अच्छी सोच हमें ऊपर उठा देती है। अब आप पूछेंगे कि सोच से हमारे जीवन का क्या संबंध है। जैसे हम खाना खाते हैं, कपड़े पहनते हैं, घरों में रहते हैं, तो अच्छी लाइफस्टाइल यूज करते हैं, तो क्या हमारे माइंड को हम अच्छा खाना नहीं दे सकते? बिल्कुल देंगे। और माइंड को अच्छा खाना देना, हमारी आत्मा को अच्छा सोच देना सिर्फ ध्यान से संभव है। तो हमें अपनी श्वासों के साथ रह करके जब हम ध्यान में उतरते हैं, तो हमें जो हमारे अंदर दिन भर में 50 to 60,000 विचार चलते हैं, वो 1 घंटा के ध्यान से डिलीट भी हो जाते हैं। इतना पावर है हमारे ध्यान में। हमारी सोच को कैसे मोल्ड कर देता है, गलत को सही कर देता है, नेगेटिव को पॉजिटिव में टर्न कर देता है। और सबसे बड़ा मिरेकल ये है कि अगर हमारे थॉट्स पावर अच्छे हैं और हम मेडिटेशन में रहते हैं, तो मेरे दोस्तों जानते हैं, अगर कोई नकारात्मक सोच वाला, नेगेटिव ऊर्जा वाला इंसान हमारे पास भी आता है ना, तो हमारे ऑरे से टकरा कर वो चला जाता है, उसकी थॉट बदल जाती है। इसलिए हमें जरूरी है कि हम कैसे भी करके अपने इस थॉट पावर को हम अपने कंट्रोल करें। आप सोचिए, अगर आप एक रस्सी देखते हैं तो रस्सी में आपको लगेगा कि ये तो सांप है रात के अंदर में, तो आप डर जाओगे। मगर जब आप सांप को भी अगर रस्सी का फीलिंग दोगे तो आपको लगेगा यार ये तो रस्सी है, इसे क्या करना। आपने अपने माइंड में बहुत अच्छा सोच डाल दिया। एक्सक्यूज मी। काम तो हमें करना हो और माइंड हमारा हर चीज में एक्सेप्ट करने तैयार है। हमें कुछ भी पूछना हो तो अपने ध्यान में बैठ करके हम अपने मास्टर्स को पूछ सकते हैं और वो हमें सही दिशा दिखाते हैं। फिर वो हमें खोजना करते हैं, हम अपनी अपने साथ बैठ करके ध्यान में रह करके, और कैसे हम अपने थॉट पावर को कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। तो ध्यान में रहकर ही हम कंट्रोल कर पाएंगे। बाकी तो बाकी तो बाहर देखने के लिए पूरी हमारी आंखें खुली पड़ी है। और जब हम कुदरत का दरवाजा यानी कि अपने कॉस्मिक एनर्जी से मिलने के लिए शून्यता में रह करके उसके साथ बैठते हैं तो हमें वो सही गाइडेंस मिलता है। हम उस दरवाजे को नॉक करते हैं, श्वासों के साथ बैठते हैं, और जब ध्यान में उतरते चले जाते हैं तो हमारी सोच सही हो जाती है। हम सबको प्यार करना सीख जाते हैं, नए नजरिए से देखने लग जाते हैं। हम रहते वही के वही हैं, मगर हमारी सोच बदल जाती है। मेरे दोस्तों, एक इंसिडेंट करूंगी, एक इंसिडेंट बताती हूँ आपको। एक रियल इंसिडेंट है। एक राजा था, उसे वो पुरोहित और पंडित पे बहुत विश्वास करता था, और जब वो विश्वास करता था तो टूट के विश्वास करता था। एक बार किसी पुरोहित ने उसके राज्य में इंटर किया और उसको आके बोला कि राजा, मैं तुमसे शेयर करना चाहता हूँ, मगर बहुत दुखदाई है, तुम उसके लिए मुझे पनिश मत करना। राजा ने कहा बोलो। तो उसने कहा कि तुम्हारी कुछ दिनों में तुम्हारी डेथ हो जाएगी, और यह बोलकर वो चला गया। और जानते हैं, एक यही सोच राजा के दिमाग में रात दिन हावी रहने लग गई, और वो बीमार रहने लग गया। उसने खाना पीना छोड़ दिया, भूख बंद हो गई, राज्य में ध्यान देना छोड़ दिया। अब राजा के मंत्री सबको चिंता हुई। कुछ दिनों बाद वही पुरोहित वापस आया। तो पुरोहित को देख करके मंत्री ने पूछा कि क्या बात है, आप फिर लौट के आए हो? तो उन्होंने कहा कि मैं देखने आया हूँ, क्योंकि मेरी भविष्यवाणी कभी भी झूठी नहीं होती है। तो मैं देखने आया हूँ राजा की क्या हालत है। और राजा की हालत देख के बोला, अब तो ये चंद घंटों का मेहमान है। मंत्री को एक आइडिया आई। देखिए, थॉट पावर का ध्यान दीजिएगा, बहुत अनमोल बात है। थॉट पावर यही है हमारा। मंत्री को तुम्हें दिमाग में आया, और उसने विचार किया और बोला, पुरोहित एक बात बता, तेरा लाइफ कितना है? तो उसने कहा, मैं तो 50 ईयर्स जीऊंगा, मेरा तो 50 ईयर्स का लाइफ है। जानते हो, उसने तलवार निकाली मंत्री ने, और 1 सेकंड में उस पुरोहित का सर काट दिया, और बोला, देखिए, ये तो 50 साल जीने का दावा करता था। राजा को इन्होंने इनके मन में ऐसी भावना डाल दी थी कि राजा 2 महीना में मर जाएगा। और जिंदा राजा, इतना अच्छा राजा, इस सोच से परेशान हो करके अपने आप को उसने खत्म कर डाला। सोचिए मेरे दोस्तों, सोचिए। फिर तो राजा ने जैसे ही पुरोहित की मरते देखा और मंत्री की बातों पर गौर किया, विचार किया, दिमाग तो हमारा सब सुनता है ना मेरे दोस्तों। हम जो कहते हैं, जो बोलते हैं, वो करता है, सुनता है, और हमारा बॉडी उस पर चल पड़ता है। बस राजा खुश हो गया, और राजा को मंत्री को देखकर कहा, अरे मेरे लिए जूस लेके आओ, मैं खाना खाऊंगा, मुझे भूख लगी हुई है। माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, ये सोच पावर में इतना ताकत है, इतना थॉट पावर में ताकत है कि उसकी जिंदगी बदल गई, और राजा फिर से खुशहाल जिंदगी बिताने लगा। तो मेरे दोस्तों, जब कभी भी कोई भी गलत ख्याल आए, आंखों को बंद कीजिए, फिंगर्स को टाइट कीजिए, लेग को क्रॉस कीजिए, और तीनों लॉक लगा करके अपनी आत्मा से, अपने बेस्ट फ्रेंड से, अपने गाइड से मिलिए। वो आपका बेस्ट टीचर है। एक मैजिकल स्टिक आपके मास्टर्स ने आपको दी है, उसको थाम लीजिए और उस पर चल पड़िए। और देखिए, अपने सवाल डाल दीजिए। एक बार में एक ही सवाल डालिएगा, ज्यादा नहीं डालना है। एक डालते हैं और उस पर काम करिए, और आप देखिए कैसे आपको आपके जवाब मिलेंगे। सोच हमारी रहेगी कि हम अपने आप को फ्लावर्स देना चाहते हैं या कांटे देना चाहते हैं, फूल या कांटे। चॉइस इज आवर्स। हाँ मेरे दोस्तों, जैसा बीज बोएंगे वैसा ही फल निकलेगा। माइंड को थॉट पावर का बहुत स्पेशल स्थान है, इसलिए पूरी तरह से सुजागी में अवेयरनेस के साथ रह करके कुछ भी करते हैं तो एक बार आप यह ध्यान रखिएगा, जैसे आपके माउथ में 32 दांत है, उसके बीच में वो जीभ कैसे, टंग हमारी कैसे सुरक्षित रह सकती है, वो हमने जाना ना सिर्फ ध्यान के माध्यम से, अपनी सोच से, अपनी थॉट पावर से। तो मेरे दोस्तों, कुछ भी शब्द इस्तेमाल करें तो एक बार अपने गौर करके करेंगे तो हमारा थॉट पावर स्ट्रांग हो जाएगा। हम सबको प्यार करने लग जाएंगे, ग्रेटिट्यूड करने लगेंगे, थैंक्स देने लग जाएंगे, लव यू बोलने लग जाएंगे, और नेचर्स के साथ बैठ करके उस नेचर्स को फील करेंगे, और महसूस करेंगे कि वो प्रकृति हमें कितना खुश देती है, और हमने कभी गौर ही नहीं किया। और सबसे बड़ा काम करेंगे, मेडिटेट आवर बॉडी। हाँ माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, हाँ, सिर्फ ध्यान कीजिए और अपने जीवन में हर वो खुशी पा लीजिए जो आप डिजर्व करते हैं। आपका ध्यान आपको गाइड करेगा, आपके थॉट पावर स्ट्रांग हो जाएंगे, आप अपनी ओन रियलिटी को पहचान जाएंगे, क्योंकि आप खुद ही हैं जो अपना स्क्रिप्ट तैयार करेंगे, दूसरा कोई भी नहीं है। यू आर द गॉड, generator, operator, destroyer of your life. So, my dear friends, always be with your breath and can try to see your coming thoughts and going thoughts. And whenever you be with your breath, आप ध्यान देंगे कि आपके thoughts भी मजबूत होते चले जाएंगे. Love you, friends. Love you.
Thank you so much, Saroj ma'am. That was so wonderful. I could see the glow and happiness in your face, so which shows how you practice the meditation and the positive thoughts. So it's really you are an example. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, ma'am. So I would like to ask Purna sir to summarize what Saroj ma'am spoke for us in English. Thank you, Purna sir. Over to you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Saroj madam, for this wonderful introduction about the thought power. I just briefly summarize, masters, if
Yes.
somebody may not understand Hindi properly. So I'll just briefly summarize whatever Saroj ma'am told just for 5 minutes right now. So she she shared her views about the thought power, how thoughts control our life, and how important the thoughts, which are the creation of our life. That's what she explained in a brief manner, where she explained 1 minute, masters. So she explained about the thought power really well. In the manner of, she explained a story as well as I'll explain the story next once I just summarize the matter before the story. So thought power is very important in everybody because it's the way we live. Whatever thoughts we are inside, it will be expressed outside. And so the same way, where simply our thought powers will create our future as well as, because whatever we are thinking, it is going to manifest in the way we are thinking. Thus she shared the views of that, and she explained in a small story where an astrologer comes to a king and tells that you will be going to die in 2 months time, so be careful, my astrology never went wrong. So then he went away, the astrologer. Then the king started to worrying about I am going to die in another 2 months, how it will be very painful, how my kingdom is going to survive, how my family is going to survive, how my people will be surviving. All this thinking, he started to not to eat anything. It's in a sad mood, and all the ministers, mantris, everybody thinking, what happened to Raja? Why he's behaving like that? He's not taking any royal duties or anything. That's what. Then another, after a couple of days, or the astrologer again come back and ask the Raja, I want to see how Raja is. When he sees Raja's position, he told he will be going in few hours based on his situation. So in one of the ministers asked the astrologer, how much is your lifespan in this? So the astrologer told, I'm going to live up to 50 years. Then immediately the minister took the sword and beheaded the astrologer in front of Raja, and told Raja that he told just now he's going to live for 50 years, but he just died in front of you. So it's the power, because the astrologer injected a thought into a Raja's mind saying that he's going to die. So that thought has created, there is nothing, it's an illusion, it is created inside him. That thought is destroying him from inside out. It's not, it is he can't see that thought outside, but the thought is creating havoc inside Raja's head and creating inside, damaging inside and outside as well as. That's what minister explained to Raja. Then Raja told, I'm going to eat everything. I'm going to rule the kingdom prosperously. In that way, that Raja has came out from that illusion of thought where he is struck that I'm going to. That's the power of the thought power, because this is happens in everybody's life, not only Raja's life, but it's going to happen in every day, everyone's lives. That's what Saroj madam told excellently. And at the last, she explained, we are the creator, destroyer, and maintainer also, because we are the sole power. We are responsible for everything happens for us inside out. That's the closing comments mentioned by Saroj madam. Thank you, madam. It's wonderfully explained.
Thank you, Purna sir. Thank you for your summary in English. It's really appreciated. Now I would like to welcome any of the participants or anyone who can raise your hands to raise any questions, or you can share your wisdom on thought power, anything. So I'm just looking forward to discuss about it. So I please welcome any of the participants. Whoever ready to share, please raise your hands. We'll unmute you, so you'll be able to share your wisdom, masters. Thank you. Anyone in the participants? You can raise your hand and you can share, master. It's your platform. It's for you to share your views and perspectives. I couldn't find any hands raised. Navina ma'am, would you like to share anything from your hall?
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah. Hello, welcome, ma'am.
Switch on my video today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Jayaji. It's a wonderful opportunity. Saroj, ma'am, the explanation is like a fantastic, ma'am. It's exactly what she ended that one. So everything is in our hand. So to make our life like a in good view or bad view, any views. So whatever we see, that one only we're able to see like what is in our mind. We're able to see in that one only our life in that way only. That is the thought we have, that much power we have. So actually I want to share like one of my real experiences here. So when before when I didn't enter the spirituality, so some people even they talk normally also, I feel that they're talking me like in respectful way. They're not giving respecting to me. So the I'm always getting that type of thoughts only when any discussions happens. And so after that I realized that everything in my hand. So the thinking or anything, so what they are thinking about me is also in my hand only. After I realizing this one, and after I entered the spirituality, it's completely my way of thought is completely changed. So anyone even in like we're making a fun with the friends or anything also, we feel that so why they are doing like our ego will come like that. Now it's completely it's opposite. I'm seeing like after 2 years I'm seeing me like a different Navina for me, because only I'm changing the thoughts, and I'm changing the thinking, the way of thinking. Anyone who is talking about me or anyone is talking about my family or anything, just I'm thinking myself, like how I am thinking only, I'm giving the importance to that. So that's the thing I changed, and my life is completely changed with that. Yeah, that's it. I want to. Yeah. Thank you, Jayaji. Yeah.
Thank you, wonderful Navina ji. Thank you so much for your sharing. It's really, give people some sort of courage and some like turning points. People always we think always if someone's said anything, we always think about others. We never think of ourselves or what is matter because we unnecessarily thinking of other people and worrying ourselves. But after we came to spirituality and this meditation, that gave us so much knowledge to just to be with ourselves. And nowadays, more than you go outward, being socialized and everything, even if you go there, you have your own void and you just think, okay, you don't give most important what they are saying, even unnecessarily things we don't really pay attention a lot. And unnecessarily coming back home and worrying, those days it's not like that. When we go for party or anything, if we hear something, we might keep on thinking overnight and we might not even sleep. But these days it's so easy how the spiritual had taught us how to think positively and how which is important, which is not important for us to take in. We can just put a barrier on, we can just have a wall in between us and other people. And we know, like from our thoughts, like every day, every average human, we all have like 60 to 70,000 thoughts. So in that thoughts, apart just 5 to 6% is our own thoughts. Other all percentage is from other people. So we are unnecessarily carrying other people's thought, rather we carry our own thoughts. So when we observe our thoughts, then we know which is our thought. That now we can really make out masters. That is the beautiful of this meditation. The more we do meditation, we travel inward, the clarity and the knowledge which we gain, which is necessary, which is not necessarily. So we can really make our thoughts minimal, and we can make our lives so beautiful being in the
Yes.
current moment. So that is the most beautiful thing that meditation had taught us. So in which way we can just live without any worries or unnecessarily things. So
Yes.
that's what Navina ma'am was trying to say. So in this 2 years period of time, even I had come long way. Those days, even when we have some sort of like in now where we are living in this situation, so many crises happen around us. So now we know whether we take it to ourselves or not. For those days, everything is to ourselves. Anyway, anything happen, we just unnecessarily worry about those things. But now the spirituality has taught us that is all their part. So this is nothing to do with us. So we can just give a full stop, or like we would say, we can give a barrier. So it doesn't belongs to us. So that clarity is given because of this meditation and the spirituality masters. So that's the beauty of thought. So as in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, what we think, so we are. So that's how the thought can do everything. It just our own belief. And like as Saroj ma'am said, we are the creators, we are the destroyers, we are the maintainers. So that is how the thought works for us. So I would like to welcome other people to share their wisdoms as well and their experiences on thought power, anything you'd have come across in day-to-day life, so many things. So please feel free to share your sharing masters. So I'm just looking forward to seeing few hand raises. So Sundaram Rajani, I would like to welcome you to the platform, ma'am. Over to you.
Namaskaram. I have one comment or
Yes.
question. So to think in a certain way, you need to be aware, you need to be conscious. So most of the time, our thoughts are not, they're just flowing without our awareness. So if any of you can give some tips, I know meditation will help, but during the day, how can we be aware and then filter out and then only let the positive thoughts out? If you can share any tips, that'll be nice. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Sarojini ma'am. I think Saroj ma'am has put the hand right, so I think I'll let her answer for your question. Saroj ma'am, could you answer in English if possible?
Mhm.
Otherwise, you're happy to
Okay.
share in Hindi, ma'am. That's fine, absolutely. Yeah, thank you.
Friend, my dear friend, as you ask such question, I can only say our mind is like a magnet. Vibration raise. What kind of vibrations we are taking inside? It will comes out in 3 to 4 times more. So we have to aware that time when the negative thoughts are coming to near us and try to spoil us. At that time, only do meditation, sit in the meditation, be with your breath, coming and going your breath, how they are coming and how they are going, and it's a miracle of your life. You next session definitely you say, "He, I am on my breath." And I'm watching my breath, how they are working, and you see all the negative thoughts will run away, and you feel such a happy life. And whatever you want, don't think on the negative, just think on positive. Okay, only visualize this thing you can get. You already, it's in your hand. Just think about that only. Don't go for a single seconds for a negative things. Okay, just work on it, keep it up. You can do only meditations, and the masters and the universe will come and help you. They will help you, they will help you. But you have to sit with your breath. And whenever you sit with your breath, you realize what are the bad thoughts are coming, they come and not even touch you and again gone. This is the miracle of life. So always visualize good things, good thoughts, and whenever the negative thoughts come, try to avoid. Change your channel. Do another thing so the thoughts will go out. Just try, and then you can see the miracle. Thank you.
Thank you, Saroj ma'am. I think Navina ma'am, I can see your hand raised. Would you like to elaborate on this or?
Yeah, yes. Thank you, Jayaman. Yeah, thank you, Saroj ma'am. And Rajni ma'am, it was a very good question. Actually, when you asked that question, I remind the Saroja ma'am is always telling about that switching, like a switching technique. So when you get any thought in the negative thought, like so just we need to say like a switch. I'm switching the thought, like that we can switch our thoughts. And also uh, any suppose we are doing some work and we got thought from other works, other things. So Saroja ma'am reminds that one. So when she's working, when she's going like a home after work, and when she sit in the car, and she said that when I'm completely switching her mode to the office, like completing the office, and she's switching her mode to the home. Like that we have to do in any other things, like so suppose when we are in home, complete our thoughts in completely related to the home and related to the family, and like that when we are in the like going to the work. So when you like manage these type of thoughts, maybe we didn't reach that type of like a so I'm not like a accept like a don't think about negative things, so negative or positive. So when you get any thought, we don't know about that is positive or negative. We have to so suppose we put an effort, what is this about this thought, then we realize that this was the negative, this was the positive. So whatever it thought, it will be the, if you get that good sense from that, so it can be the negative, sorry, it can be the positive side. So like from my side, so there is no any negative or positive thoughts. When you put the energies, then it will become like a positive or negative thought. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Navina, and thank you, Saroja, ma'am. I'm thinking what we ate, what there is a saying in Telugu, the food we take, that kind of burps we get. So using our senses, if we feed, if we are in a positive environment, and if we feed all good things, only good things will come out of us, even the thoughts. But I agree with Navina. there is no negative, positive, unless we label it. So it's all our values, like we are learning about ekatvam, like unity, not about myself. If I'm thinking too much about myself, all my thoughts will be self-centered. If I'm thinking about the universe as one, then I'll be getting thoughts that are about the good for everybody. So I think the intakes we are taking and our values and the foundation should be good to get good things out of us.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly. That's exactly correct. Yeah. Whatever we are like, we are putting the energy to. So if you get any thought, like sometimes we get some different emotions. So suppose, so if we get any thought like that, we get angry on that, and we didn't realize that one. So in that type of like emotions, we releasing the negative. We think that releasing the negative energies, but it was our emotion in that situation. And yes, so whatever we are doing that one, it will be like a thinking like a oneness. So it going to be like a positive side. So yeah, thank you, Rajni ma'am.
Thank you, Rajani ma'am. Thank you, Navina ji, and thank you, Saraj ma'am, for your clarification. Hope, Rajani ma'am, your question has been answered clearly. Yeah, if you still need more clarification, are you okay? Rajani ma'am,
the problem is we know everything, but when it comes to practice, we need constant reminders.
Yes, that is the only thing. The consistency.
Yeah, all the masters know everything. Being in this platform, we have all theoretical knowledge.
Yes, ma'am, here just remind one example with the children. So with my daughter, every day she wake up and she'll come to me and she didn't do brush. So every day I need to remind her, so do you do brushing? So every day. So why she's doing every day, I need to remind like that. In our life also, every day we need to remind ourselves, we need to follow that one. That is our life. That's it. Then I'm relating to that with the children. Same way, whatever we said every day, we had to remind to pack your bags and put your lunch bag, put your lunch bottle. So every day we had to remind. So in the same way, we need to remind our mind every day.
Yes, true. And this satsang is really helping.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Exactly.
Thank you, Rajani ma'am. Yeah, that is the thing. It's absolutely the practice and how we implement in our life. It's day-to-day practice. It's a bit hard, but when we practice over the period of time, this will become very easy to adapt. Actually, switching the thought, like how Navina ji said, like when we get some sort of thoughts which is not belongs to us, or which is, we call it as negative. As we said, there is no such negative, positive thoughts. It's only our duty and responsibility to just observe the thought. So then when we give when we keep on thinking of the particular thought, then it will become an emotion or something like that. So rather we just take it to that far. When we just take a pause for a minute, we know we are in a busy world, so we'll be in work, or we'll be in a house chores, dropping, picking, looking after children. So we have all the time, we sometimes we get push our buttons and we go over the limit. But in that moment, when we just give 1 minute pause, or just even a 30-second pause, and think what I'm doing right or wrong, and what it's coming to the mind, then definitely that makes a lot of difference to switch the thought. It's very easy, master. So that's how I practice. But now for me, it's very easy. So I hardly get that kind of, so I'm always in a calm situation. Even if anything happens, like even if I burn myself when I'm cooking or anything, but that moment, if it is different time, it would be different. You know, I would have made a big scene and just, oh, I got burned, and I would have stopped everything and came back and sat, and you know, I was looking for attention and things like that. Now things have changed. So this is something is telling me, because which I was not doing something right. So I was not 100% in that situation. So I was not careful. So something like that, I could immediately switch that thought, and then I can make myself comfortable, and I can keep continuing the work without any you know, like suffering or any complaints. So the complaints wouldn't rise, you know, when we stop and pause for that moment and just think for a minute, then it will make a lot of difference, masters. I'm just experiencing that, and it's really helping me. So I think, yeah, it would help other masters. So in that case, I know it's like we can't sit for 5-10 minutes when we are driving or when we are in a public place. If something happened, we can't sit and meditate, or but that moment we can just give it a pause and think what we did right or wrong or anything, something like that. So it will definitely help master to switch the thoughts to, you know, and move on. So that is from my side, master. So anyone else like, yeah, Gangadhar sir, would you like to say something? I can see your hand raised. Thank you. I think, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, madam. So I just wanted to confirm the question again from Rajini madam. Is it like how to control our negative thoughts? Is it?
Yeah, to practice.
Practice. Okay. So yeah. So masters, you all know that like we have like how Jaya madam told earlier, like we'll have like 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, because we always are unconscious about thoughts. Like it's like our habit. Like whenever we find time, we are into our thoughts. Like whenever we get time or whenever we're doing something, we are always into thoughts. Like we don't know like what we are thinking about. So but there's 90% of thoughts in a research. It's proven that 90% of thoughts are like repetitive. So we are keep on thinking about same thing again and again. And they also told like around 80% of the thoughts are negative thoughts we are doing. So I think the first thing we should do, because thoughts are the main thing for even any creation or destruction or whatever it is in this universe. The first thing is a thought. So the thought is very important, and it's very important that we are aware of our thoughts. So the first thing is about that. Even meditation is about that. So we are observing our thoughts. We are trying to minimize that thoughts by be concentrating on our breath. But what happens after meditation in our daily life? We face so many situations, because all the external situations are not in our control. Like how other people react, or how the weather will be, like how whatever is that outside world is not even in our control. But we keep on thinking about that, resisting that. So we always are resisting the things. So when we try to accept, say for example like weather, we can't control the weather, whether it is going to rain or whether it is going to be cold or hot. But we keep on think we don't like the weather sometimes. So unnecessarily we are thinking some things which can't do anything. So I think the first thing any spiritual person need to do is to keep on observing their thoughts even after meditation, not only meditation. So every minute is a meditation for us. Like we need to observe our thoughts, because only if we are able to catch the things in thoughts, then only we can avoid from that thoughts being turning into emotions. Because when we believe the thoughts, then only it becomes emotions. So if thoughts are from the brain, the feelings are in our body. So when in the feelings, already our body is affected. Like if there are positive thoughts which are causing us happiness, joy, and love, then the positive chemicals are into our body. And that thoughts are causing us grief or jealous or any negative feeling, then already those negative chemicals are into our body. So this is how we are contaminating our body from our mind. So I think any thoughts we are coming, first point is like we need to reduce our thoughts, like how we are thinking, like all those repetitive thoughts. I think we should fine line those thoughts. Then we should be at a stage where we need to know whether that thought is necessary or not, like whether it is lovable to us, whether it is lovable to others, or is it unnecessary. So like one of the teacher was saying, like if a person believes all his thoughts, 100% of his thoughts, if he is believing them, he would be a mad person. So it's up to us, like how much belief we have on our thoughts, because sometimes if you just ignore that thought, like okay, you don't believe in it, it just passes by. Only if you take something from that thought and put into your body like a feeling, then it is going to affect us. And if you are going to act from that emotion, then it is going to go outside. I mean, it is going to affect outside world also. So I think we should be very careful on our thoughts. Like whenever we're getting thoughts, I think first point is we need to reduce, like we should come into the present moment. We should enjoy the present moment, because we don't need to think many times. Most of the times we don't need to think. Only when you are doing something creative, we need to apply our mind there. But most of the time we are applying our mind where we are doing some automatic things, like some things we already know and we are using our subconscious mind. Still we are thinking something else, and then you are using our subconscious mind to do that activity, like car driving, say car driving. So car driving we can do through our subconscious mind, because we have been doing it for a lot of times. So so now then we are using our mind to think on some other things. So I think first thing we need to do is come into present moment. Like whatever we are doing, try to be as present as to be in that moment, because in that moment we don't need to think about our past, or we don't need to fear about our future, like what is going to happen in future. So we just need to be in that present moment. That's the main thing we need to do. um because in our thoughts, like we get so many thoughts, like I should not have done that in my past, or it might be like somebody has done and they should not have done like this. Like it, it is usually that guilt or blame about other persons that are going in our thoughts, that would be affecting only us. So because all the thoughts are going to convert into emotions and they are going to affect us, but when we are going to act, then it is going to even affect others, like how we, from the thoughts and emotions, we are going to speak outside, and then even that is also going to affect all the our surroundings. So I think we should cultivate that. I mean, it's a process, it's a lot of process, and it's always that we always go back to our old ways again. But I think we need to keep on coming back. Like yeah, I hear Navina was um, uh, pointing out about that technique which Saroja madam told. Like yeah, Saroja madam was telling, whenever we get a thought, you just tell touch, and then I mean that means that we are just taking it cool. I mean, whatever thought is, don't take it serious. Like we don't need to take everything seriously. Like even we are taking our thoughts so seriously and believing them, that's why they are converted into the emotions, right? And then we are even acting from it. So everything starting from thoughts. So I think whatever is there, even our past, we can present it in a beautiful way in our even thoughts, like whatever might have happened in past. So we need to take the positive, we need to carry that positivity of that from our past, and we should be very positive about our future also, because there is like so many possibilities that can happen in universe. from our thoughts, we are trying to pick all those worst possible scenario and keep on thinking on that. It might happen, what to do, it might happen, because that's our caveman brain, as in Mind to Matter book, they say that that's a caveman brain. Like we are always anticipating something negative. So I think like we need to cultivate that that practice, that we need to be aware all the times. When we reduce our thoughts, like then only that noise that comes from our, I think we have two kinds of brains, like I mean minds, like one which thinks about our past and future, and we use one mind where our creativeness flows. That mind is connected to our inner self. So whenever we reduce that noise, then only that mind chatter, then we will be able to hear our inner voice. That's the intuitions. So when we are able to reduce the thoughts, then only we can feel that intuitions, because otherwise we don't know what is a thought and what is an intuition. So that practice we need to do, like we can observe our breath even when we are talking, like, or we can place our awareness on our belly breath, or we can hear the environment, like like some from the nature. We have so many sounds. So there's so many ways to get into the present moment, and we need to keep on coming into present moment. Like in meditation, we always wander, but still we take the breath and come back. So we need to have that anchor in our life. Like breath is our anchor in our meditation. Even we should have an anchor for us in our life to get back to. We just go far, but still we need to come back to that our real self. We need to have that anchor. Like I think it's a good practice. We need to have some things, reminders in our home, in our walls, that yes, we need to come into the present moment. We need to come into the present moment, because only the life is flowing only in this present moment. Whatever happened in past is not true, and whatever coming in future also we don't know. But we can be always positive, because there is nothing bad in being positive. Like we are expecting it, we do what we need to do, but we can still be positive, like all good things happens to us and even others. Then yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you. I think I took a lot of time. Thank you. Yeah, Rajini
Excuse me,
madam
sir.
says don't resist and accept. Yeah, I think we are resisting too much, like even all the small things. Like main thing for surrender also is that we should not resist, let it come and go, because in resisting we are wasting a lot of energy, and we are resisting to our thoughts itself. We are resisting each and everything. So for everything, surrender, forgiveness, we learn so many concepts, but everything starts with thought only. So we need to be very careful and very mindful about our thoughts, our quality thoughts. As we practice, as we have more quality thoughts, like when we can more and more intuitions, then we are able to hear that inner voice. So yeah, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Jay
so
One
madam.
thing,
much, sir.
yeah,
Thank you, Gangadhar ji, sir. Thank you so much. It was such a wonderful explanation. I think Saroj ma'am would like to share something. Over to Saroj ma'am. Thank you.
ma'am, there is a no end of thought power topic, because we always in our past and always in our future, not in present. Our 70% is past and already 30% is future. And today, present, nil, zero. But whenever we entered in the meditation in this line, then we understand how a tongue can keep safe from all the teeth inside, right? मेरे कहने का मतलब कि जब 32 दांतों के बीच में जब जीभ रहती है, वो सुरक्षित कैसे रह सकती है, वो अपने आप को कैसे कंट्रोल करके रखती, कट ना जाए. So in our same thing, we have to leave our past and future and sit with present, so we can get more and more what we want to get. We deserve, because only this we learn from our masters. We live in present, not in past or future. Whenever you meet a small child, he's planning only for the future. I need Audi car and all, I'll go there and there. And whenever you meet with a old man, old aged man, they said, when we are in our village, we are very happy, only missing. Coming future, they are planning, and the past one, they are can control our thoughts. Thoughts are coming and going. Just see the sea waves. They are coming, and किनारे में आके dissolve हो जा रही है समुद्र की लहरें. Thoughts will come. There is no end of thoughts. But we can, whenever we sit with our mind, with our thoughts, we can control them. It's in our hand. So this we learn from the meditation. We live in present, not in the past or future. Because otherwise we lose everything. Because thinking about only the past and future and what we want to get, and we lose everything. But whenever we are with our present, we enjoy the Lord. It's a God gifted to us. God gift present, and whenever anyone gives us the present, we keep it very safely. Whenever we are using, a smile come on our face. This is a reality of life. So why we can't live in our present happy? We can keep. It's a regular practice. Only practice. Then we can win our goal. This I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Saroj ma'am. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Shailusha ma'am or Mamta ma'am? Anyone would like to share your views? Please raise your hands, participants. Sujata ma'am, Meghna ma'am. So we would love to hear from you all sharing. So we've been talking, so it would be nice to hear from you all, masters.
Ma'am, I want to share it.
Yeah, thank you, Purna sir.
Namaste, masters. So it's a wonderful topic about thought power, and really Gangadhar sir, Saroj madam, Navina madam, Rajini madam asked a beautiful question, and the perspective of thoughts has been shared, and it's wonderful really, because we all know about thoughts and what thought power can do and everything, everything theoretically, but when we start applying that in a practical way, where there all the results matter, because we know so many techniques and so many things, and nowadays because we have everything information over the internet, what are the techniques and required, but the main thing is the practice, where when we start practicing them, the first thing we'll face is our resistance from inside, because we are raised from 30 to 40 years living like that, and when we start observing our thoughts, the resistance starts from inside, where ego is the number one thing which starts to question everything, that why you want to do this thing, and there the resistance will be starting. I want to be in the present moment. Whenever I start observing the breath, to be in the present, or practicing a gratitude or reading a book, whenever, because I don't have a habit of book reading actually previously, but now I'm making a habit of making every day. I'm not telling every day I'm reading, but at least for every 2 days I'm reading. Today morning also I'm just reading a book, that Osho book about fear in Telugu actually. I'm just observing. Whenever I'm in the present moment, I can recollect what I am reading. But after a couple of minutes, I am reading a page. After the second page, I turn the page. After first paragraph, there is a different thought coming. What I am going to do today. So then with that thought will be running, but I'm studying the page. But at the end of the page, I thought, what did I study? I can't recollect what I did say it, because the mind is, I'm physically reading that, but the mind is thinking about something else. And then when I started thinking about that one, then why can't you do that? There is a resistance started. Why? You can do both. Why you want to do only one? Previously you used to do, right? That's what it's a thing. The resistance starts to coming, and it's pushing away the present moment always, because if we are in the present moment, there's nothing matters about the ego or positive or negative emotions. We'll be in the present moment. Whenever we are in the present moment, there is no chance for past, future, or positive or negative. We'll take everything in a plain way, instead of doing in a two ways. We'll take it everything in one way only. So our traffic will be one way. So whenever the traffic is one way, we don't think about the past and present. Always when we are driving the car, also when we are going in a one way road, we think in one direction only, not what's coming in the backside. We don't see the same thing happens. Like Saroj ma'am told, there's a samundar ke lehre. So when if we see the ocean out from the beach, there's too much noise, too much water coming in the waves form and bombarding the shore, and too much of noise will be there. But to enter into that ocean also, we'll get too much of resistance from the waves, in the form of waves. That waves will push away. At the same time, it will try to suck inside as well. As they will do the same thing. It will push away when they are coming out, and when they are going back to the ocean, it will suck us. It will try to take it with them. So when we cross that resistance of waves, then once we go into that deep into the ocean, not we don't need to go too much deep also. Just enter and go into the deep depth. Then the ocean is completely calm. Like that, the resistance we need to face that resistance. We need to accept that resistance, because right now I'm practicing that one only, because I will get too much of resistance from anything which I want to inculcate, a new thing, new practice. Then I'll start resistance from inside. There is no outside resistance, because outside resistance always comes from whatever we are thinking inside. So whenever I want to, because of the book reading also, because I don't have a habit, so I'm starting to inculcate in that my daily life. I start to reading a couple of paragraphs, then my mind will wander to a different things, because I don't, that the resistance I'm facing. But instead of losing it, I'm just coming back and studying back that paragraph where I can't recollect what is there. I started again and coming and reading. This is happening, but it will take some time for me to get it into a complete book reading habit. And today I got one good self-practice technique which I saw on the internet while I'm seeing Ramana Maharshi's page in Instagram, where he mentioned one technique specifically, which, because Ramana Maharshi always tells, just question only, put one question, don't need to chant any mantra or anything, just put only one question: who am I? That's the question. If you put every day and every point of time, you'll get the correct information from your source itself, and you will know who you are really. So he says, whenever a thought comes, vigilantly inquires, to whom did this arise? Put a question to yourself, that to whom did this thought arise? So you will get an answer, to me, because that thought came to you only. Then ask yourself, who am I? So this is a small phrase, but he is telling that just practice for every thought. Slowly you will get the required information, and you will get a clear path ahead of thoughtlessness state. So main thing is, it's all about practice, because we all masters know about theory wonderfully, but everything we need to do is a everyday practice, because this Sarvaja Madam groups help us to practice every day, to remind every day that what we need to do on a daily life. Thank you, masters. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Purna sir. Such a wonderful example you have given from Ramana Maharishi's words. I think Saroja ma'am is here, so I would like to welcome Saroja ma'am to say a few words. Thank you so much. A sincere gratitude to Saroja ma. Over to you. Welcome to the platform today, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Jaya madam, maybe Saroja madam is busy. We'll continue
All right.
when madam can.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, anyone from the participants, masters? Mamda ma'am is there, Salusha ma'am, Shima ma'am, Manju ma'am. Anyone would like to share your views on thought power or any experience you would like to share with? Please feel free to raise your hands. We'll unmute you. We would like to hear from you. We have spoken enough, so it would be nice to hear from you all. Your sharing. Thank you. Sujata ma'am, Sarita Puri ma'am.
Sailisha madam raised her.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you can go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Vidya ma'am. Hi, Gangadhar sir. Namaste, Saroja ma'am. And to all the masters, I'm feeling very happy for participating in this session. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And what I can share here is the thought power is so immense. And you know what, ma'am? What I'm experiencing in my life is that I know that I'm connected to the universal mind, and the thing is, I know that to what extent I'm in awareness say previously, to what extent I'm in awareness means I'm experiencing awareness at this level, like, I'm seeing the world, everything around me, like the vehicles which are moving, the shops and the buildings and the houses and the persons, and seeing from the watchful state. Um, Sometimes at a point I feel I'm driving now, and this entire means the entire world is one, and I'm observing it. I felt like that, and while I'm at that position, I feel there is something new that had happened in me. You know what, ma'am? Even no one. So I feel like there are no thoughts that much continuously that are progressing in my mind, and when my mind is in some shunya city like that, I just thought once, is it possible to get back to normal kind of mind? Means instead of awareness, I experienced it like awareness at the peak level. From the peak level, is it possible to get down? That I did a mistake, and now my awareness got very much down, and I came to appreciate it, because as I related thought that time that day, so my awareness level came much down. So I'm again starting to practice it. In Osho book also they said it like awareness, it requires a great practice to get to gain awareness, but it is very easy for us to fall back. But what I observed is I'm at the at the starting point, I'm at the level of mind. When I'm increasing my awareness, I came to see the everything world around me in a watchful state. So now I'm again practicing not from the mind level, but from above that conscious level. Ma'am, samadhi sthiti antaru kada ma'am. Like samadhi sthiti, from above that level, I'm having thoughts and emotions, but not that much in a continuous pattern as I started the practicing awareness. And I changed a lot while reading the awareness book by Osho. So I suggest everyone to read that book and to follow that book. And even now also I can say that I am connected to universe. So what I'm observing regarding that thought power means whether it is good or bad, it is happening immediately, means in no time I'm seeing the change. For example, 2 days back it happened like that. Due to some family members came, so many family members came to my house, and all of them are non-spirituality. No one in my family members are in spiritual. They don't know spiritual knowledge, and I'm the only one person in my entire household know the spirituality, and I'm practicing it. But the thing what I observed is when they came, I don't have mother, and me and my father were staying here. So the totally 6 members came to my house, and I need to manage everything, getting household things from the shops and all, everything, vegetable fruits and all. I need to get it, and I need to arrange everything. I need to clean the house and make sure them that they should feel comfort when they come to my home. So I'm the single person. I should do the entire work. So before they're coming to my home, I don't know what I need to do because I don't know proper guidance, because after some years they are coming to my home. I'm the only person staying in my home, need to do work. My father is somewhat little bit compromised condition, so I need to do everything. Suddenly, all of a sudden, my mind got very blank. Okay. Then I remembered Saroja ma'am, that she is wonderful, she is awesome, she is excellent in all situations. I got great inspiration from Saroja ma'am. So in one session, she said that like I'm like a goddess holding on to doing many works, and apart from that, I'm coming and attending sanghas like that. So I remembered that word, and I started doing my work by taking inspiration from Saroja ma'am, and I literally said this, ma'am, I got much more energy from that understanding, and I did all the work nicely. And even my relatives also said that they are very happy and felt comfortable. So it is a positive thought that, as an example of Saroja ma'am, that I handled every situation very perfectly. So, and one more example from the negative aspect, I can say it like this means. I thought that, for example, while I'm reading the Sitayanam book, there is a story about a Ravana who that the demons will be there. I just thought it like this. Demons will be there, whether they exist or not. I just released a thought. That's it. While reading the book, I just released a thought. Then I got a very kind of embarrassing experiences on that night, getting bad dreams or whatever it may be. So whenever we feel that we are connected to universe, our thought power should be much more. We need to release thoughts at much more awareness. That's what I can say, and it is it is much more important, because one who is trying to connect it to universe, it is not that much simple and easy or silly, because whatever the thought you are releasing, it will definitely manifest, whether it is good or bad. It's up to us. That's what I can say. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the master for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Shailusha ma'am. Such a wonderful example, and how you shared with Saroja ma'am's wisdom, how she empowers everyone to every moment, how we need to act on it. So, which is really beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your both negative and positive thought levels. Thank you, Shailija ma'am. So I got Shima ma'am. She put her hand raised.
Yes, I have.
Thank you, ma'am.
Actually, I joined just now. I had gone for my cycling class. So you took my name. I said, okay, let me share my view. So I heard about awareness first from Saroja ma'am only. And she was at that time talking about only awareness, awareness, awareness. That's when I started being aware of my thoughts. And it is taking me time. I know first thought, it is all comes as a fear and all, but I totally change it to positive, try to change it to positive thought. And now I'm watching my thoughts more closely, and I'm going to the second layer. Maybe first I'm thinking everything is okay, but what's behind that? The second thought in my mind, I'm trying to observe that also. That's what my saying is. Maybe I'm thinking I'm showing you I'm okay, I'm positive, but behind it there may be a tinge of fear or something. I'm trying to observe my second thought. That's what I wanted to share with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Shima ma'am. That was so wonderful. You have just shared that you have just get into the second layer of your thought level, so which is really great. And yeah, we can just still work on it. We might, keep forgetting about other levels and other layers of the thought. So like, that we always say for every single thing, we need to find the root cause. So this is something, yeah, you have just brought it up. Thank you so much for sharing your view, ma'am. Thank you. So anyone else, would you like to share your experiences? Participants, Sujata ma'am, Meghna ma'am, Manju ma'am. Lalita Devi ma'am, anyone you would like to share your views or your experiences, anything which you came across? Saroj ma'am, would you like to? Yes,
Actually,
thank
जैसे
you.
आपने
Over to Saroj ma'am.
एक्सपीरियंस बोला ना, एक्सपीरियंस तो मैंने शेयर ही नहीं किया था। मैंने तो बुक्स पढ़
Yes,
के जो
yes.
नॉलेज व्हाट आई गेन एंड व्हाट मैम इज गिविंग अस, तो वही सब पे काम करते करते काफी कुछ चेंजेस आ गया लाइफ में। मेरा सन एज ए सरोजा मैम नोज अबाउट देम, मेरा बेटा ही इज नॉट एग्रीड फॉर मैरिज, ही वाज 32 इयर्स ओल्ड। लास्ट ईयर मैंने मैम को बोला और मैम ने कहा कि तुम जो विजुअलाइज करो ना कि आ गई है, अच्छा हो रहा है, बहू आ गई है, काम कर रही है, तुम्हारे पास है। हम क्या करते हैं, अरे ये तो होगा कि नहीं, हुआ या नहीं, सक्सेस हुआ कि नहीं, आई एम डूइंग गिविंग माई बेस्ट, पॉसिबल होगा कि नहीं, कैसा होगा। देयर अनलिमिटेड थॉट्स पावर आर कमिंग। मगर जब से 40 डेज तक अपने आप से प्रॉमिस किया कि एक भी नेगेटिव थॉट आएगा तो भी मैं उसको डिसॉल्व करूंगी, मैं उसको ट्राई टू रिमूव इट। और सच में विद इन 38 डेज माय सन टोल्ड मी, मम्मी आई एम रेडी फॉर मैरिज, एंड उनके शादी हो गया और आप सबने उसको ब्लेस भी किया था 30 नवंबर। तो इतना अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस हुआ कि हमने यूनिवर्स पे कुछ छोड़ते नहीं है, अपना कमेंट देते हैं, अपना नेगेटिव डालते रहते हैं, होगा कि नहीं करते रहते हैं। मगर जब विजुअलाइज किया कि हो गया, और सच ए पावर गेन इन माय लाइफ आल्सो एंड इन माय सन लाइफ, सो ही कैन एक्सेप्ट। तो ये मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ा एग्जांपल हो गया कि देखा कि जब तक नेगेटिव सोचते रहते कि होगा कि नहीं, किंतु परंतु, तो कहते हैं ना उसको हटा देना, ट्राई टू रिमूव, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल बट वी आर ऑल ऑन द वे एंड डूइंग दिस। सो दिस इज माय लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस। लास्ट ईयर दिस हैपेंड एंड आई टेल मैम, तो मैम सेड कि नहीं, तुम जो ना सोच लेते हो, सोचते हो कि होगा कि नहीं, कैसी होगी, पता नहीं पसंद आएगी कि नहीं आएगी, तो ना इज कमिंग ऑल अराउंड अस, थिंक पॉजिटिव, हो गया सब, ऑल इज गुड, ऑल इज वेल। और सच में ये करते करते विदिन 38 डेज में एक मिराकल हुआ. ही इज रेडी फॉर दैट. एंड आप सब आए थे उसकी शादी वाले दिन, आपने सब ने उसको ब्लेसिंग्स किया था. मेरा वो सेशन था उस दिन. जस्ट आई केम फॉर 5 minutes एंड यू ऑल ब्लेस हिम. So this is a miracle also, and every time we are hearing कि miracle है, meditation miracle है, मगर जब तक हम feel नहीं करते हैं, अपनी life में उसको महसूस नहीं करते हैं, तो नहीं समझ पाते हैं. So we have to work on us, visualize and work on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Saraj ma'am. It beautifully said. Yeah, I still remember the date we wished you and your son on that day. You came for a minute. So it was such a pleasure moment. Yeah, thank you so much for your sharing. Sir, yeah, over to Gangadhar, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Saroj madam. You give wonderful example. Instead of having those all negative thoughts and feeling the bad, it's always good to have that intention and visualize and affirm and just dissolve all the negative thoughts and how you have manifested it in 38 days. We all can do that. We all can practice that. Great example, great experience you have shared. Yeah. So I also wanted to share, masters, like we always need to observe our mind by being outside of it. We are not mind, we are not body. If you are able to observe in that level, then we will be able to remove all the unwanted things. Like life is a roller coaster ride. If life is that, we should stay outside it and observe, then we will be able to enjoy it more. Instead of being in it, then we are going through each and every emotion there. If we are able to separate from it and observe from outside, because we are not mind and we are not body, we are something in between that. We are observing the both, then will be able to catch all the things which we want, because we are always thinking about ourselves in the same way and then acting in the same way, feeling in the same way. We are not able to change ourselves. Only if we get a thought to change ourselves, one thought, and then you add your feeling to that thought, we will be able to change ourselves. And awareness, we need to get into our subconscious mind that we should be aware, because that only comes from practice, 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 practice. And then if it goes into our subconscious mind, we don't need any reminders after that. So we need to keep on practicing that awareness, because we always crave for experiences, but the thing is we need to change our state, then only we'll get experience or whatever it is. How to change our state, how to increase our vibrations, how to change our energies is just by thought, and from thought we get emotions, because our thoughts and emotions form our state of being. Like what are we thinking about ourselves, whether we're thinking about ourselves as lucky, rich, or happy, or all those things, like what we are thinking about ourselves, same experiences are coming again and again to us in our life. So we need to change that state. Whenever we are able to change that to our thoughts, and then followed by how adding our feelings to it, then we are able to change our level. Then we are experiencing different and high vibrations. So I think we need to work on that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gangadhar, sir. Yes, Rajani ma'am, I think you have raised your hand. You are welcome to talk, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to share two things. Beautiful sharings from all of the masters. So recently, during our 1000 Years of Joy session, one ma'am shared that she was in depressed mode. She was thinking about suicide, and then she used forgiveness. She came over all that negativity. Now she started loving and all that. So whatever we have learned with using thought power only, we are changing. The learning is the foundation, but to implement we're using this, it is starting with thought. The switch is happening at thought level. That's one point. As Gangadhar sir said, as long as we live in the mind, we cannot achieve anything. We need to step out some distance between the mind and us and watch. Like, and even Purna sir said, who am I? Who am I? That one liner can enlighten all of us. But if we do it right, but when I heard about the technique like few years ago, I could not even follow what it is. Like, I thought it's not for me. I need something simple. But now, even today, I think I moved little towards it, but I'm still not there yet to practice who am I technique from Ramana Maharshi. But beautiful sharings. I have some learnings to take from this session and start implementation. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ranjani ma'am. That was so beautiful. So I was just about to conclude the session if there is no more people raising their hand and sharing more experiences. So it's like as if the conclusion, what I was about to say, you have told everything so beautifully, Rajani ma'am. So which is really appreciated. And once again, thank you each and every one of you today who have joined to express your sharing and experiences with us in this divine discussion forum. And also, I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to Gangadhar sir, Purna sir, Saroj ma'am, all the team leaders, Navina ma'am, and everyone who have supported and to bring this session forward today. And without you masters participants, it wouldn't be possible. So I'm again give my gratitude to each and every one of you for this wonderful session. Thank you so much. And once again, our beloved Saroja ma'am, our sincere gratitude to Saroja ma'am. Thank you all for today, and we'll meet up another beautiful topic for our next Sanghas. And I would love to have you all back on the session again. And thank you so much. So we'll conclude the session today. Thank you, everyone, masters. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Actually, ma'am,
Thank
there's
you,
a no end of this
sir.
topic. Whatever
Thank
we
you,
feel in our
Gangadhar
daily
sir.
life.
Thank you, Purna sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Saroj
I
ma'am.
know.
Thank you, Jaya madam. Thank you, Purna.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Actually,
Thank
one
you
thing I
all.
want to
Bye.
share, one important thing, ma'am. Whatever we visualize or whatever we think in our daily life,
Yeah.
your whole universe comes and try to complete it. This is not a today's experience, few years back experience. मतलब I saw one lady, वो फ्लावर की शॉप में काम करती थी. Every time touching the flowers and feeling कि यार कोई मुझे फ्लावर नहीं देता है. No one is giving me flowers. कोई तो मुझे फ्लावर भेजे. मैं दिन भर फ्लावर सेल करती हूँ, इतना पैसा आता है, मालिक को दे देती हूँ, मगर मुझे कभी किसी ने गुलाब नहीं दिया. ऐसा सोचिए. और यूनिवर्स ने सुन लिया. उसने विजुअलाइज किया, यूनिवर्स ने सुन लिया और यूनिवर्स ने अपना काम चालू कर दिया. इवनिंग में जब वो काम फिनिश करके घर गई तो देखी कि एक बुके रखा हुआ है दरवाजे पे, लिली, ये रोज फ्लावर का, जो उसका ख्वाहिश था, जो उसके मन में चल रहा था, जो उसका थॉट था. थॉट पावर में कितना पावर है. देखिए कभी कभी वो इतना हावी हो जाता है तो यूनिवर्स भी मजबूर हो जाता है उसको पूरा करने के लिए, क्योंकि वो जानता है यूनिवर्स की, अगर ही इज अ जेलस लवर, वो सोचेगा कि अगर ये मैं इसका बात नहीं सुनूंगा तो ये मेरा बात मानेगी नहीं, आगे से कभी इसके माइंड में आएगा नहीं थॉट्स को लेकर के. तो उसको कंप्लीट करने के लिए घर पहुंची तो देखी बहुत सुंदर बुके रखा हुआ. घर में ले गई, बड़ी खुश हुई, बुके को लगा दिया. आई एम सो लकी, किसी ने मुझे फूल भेजा. फिर उसने भेजने वाले का नाम देखा, उस पे लिखा हुआ था उसकी फ्रेंड का नाम. तो वो उसको थैंक्स करने के लिए फोन करके बोलती है कि यार तुमने तो आज मुझे बुके भेजा, आई एम रियली ब्लेस्ड कि मेरे को आज फूल मिले, मुझे बहुत शौक है, मैं दुनिया को फूल देती हूँ मगर मेरे को किसी ने फूल नहीं दिया. तो वो बोली कौन सा फ्लावर आया? बोली रोज. बोली मैंने तो लिली ऑर्डर किया था. उसने कहा उसने लिली ऑर्डर किया था, मगर उस यूनिवर्स ने जब उसने शॉप में बात किया तो पता पड़ा कि शॉपकीपर की मिस्टेक से, यूनिवर्स के ऑर्डर से वो फ्लावर्स चेंज हो गए। उसको रोज की तमन्ना थी तो रोज आ गया और लिली किसी और को चला गया। तो जस्ट हम जो विजुअलाइज करते हैं, जो हम सोचते हैं, हमारे थॉट्स में चलती है, उसको कहते हैं ना, कृष्ण भगवान ने क्या कहा था, तज धर्म सारे एक मेरी ही शरण को प्राप्त हो, मैं मुक्त पापों से करूंगा तू न चिंता व्याप्त हो। तू मेरी एक बात मान ले अर्जुन, युद्ध कर, मैं तेरे को संपूर्ण सृष्टि को हुक्म दे दूंगा, तेरे अंडर में चले। कृष्णा ने ये भी कहा, यद भावती तद भवती, जो हम चाहते हैं वो होता है। तो ये सब सुनते हैं और ध्यान में रहते रहते हमें लगता है कि सच में हमारे थॉट पावर मिरेकल है। अगर हम उस पर सही रूप से काम करते हैं तो आप देखिएगा आपके थॉट्स में भी चेंजेस आ जाते हैं। जो गलत थॉट्स होते हैं वो धीरे धीरे, थोड़ा टाइम लगता है, प्रैक्टिस करते करते रिमूव होते जाते हैं। थैंक यू मास्टर्स, थैंक यू।
Thank you, madam. I'm ending the session, madam. Thank you all, masters.